Hey everyone, welcome to the Mathematic Cast channel. Alright, let's get right back into Tom MacDonald land. It's been a while, and thankfully I've sorted out my affairs. Like I said, the new camera setup will be here soon. Let's jump right in. Names, Tom MacDonald names. He's just jumping right in. I like the way he sets up his videos with the title straight up. I imagine he's just going to jump right in with the raps and not do like this intro thing. He's at the forefront of just bringing out hard-hitting pieces that we could just come to terms with on at a click of a button. So, thumbnails all set up very well. Let's just jump in. 3, 2, 1.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. You're a sexist or a racist, white supremacist or gay.
I gotta love this. Transphobic, racist, stupid, loser, sexist, ugly, trash, privileged. And you're crucified in the process. You gotta love his videos, man. This is the easiest guy in the world to react to. He's again, I was going to let you know, he's a vanguard of political rap, and just for speaking common sense, I tell you, to withstand all these labels thrown your way. I tell you one thing about Tom. He speaks a lot of sense for a guy who looks very much like the people on the left. You know, the crazy tattooed people with the crazy hair and all that stuff, which is why, in my opinion, Matt Lethal was able to light him up quite a bit in the diss track. Now, I'm sure some of you probably think that Tom won versus Mac and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I understand Tom is not really a battler that much these days, or he at least told Loza not to bother getting into it with Bryson and Tyson trying it with him. And if that's the case, I think that's good advice. And sometimes just don't try and win all these battles, just win the overall war, which I think Tom is doing these days. Excuse me. And when it comes to, yeah, again, just bringing out common sense, bringing out something that is virtually meme-worthy. I think he's managed to turn a lot of the labels that society have for people who look at like him because of the life choices he's made and the interest he has. He's able to turn it on his head and made his outrageously outstanding looking apparel be something of a walking meme, and has been able to throw it back in society's face and say, actually, I may look this way, but I'm super sensible with this. I'm talking about common sense, with the common sense I bring out there. It's going back and forth with these pieces, man. Same topic essentially, but it just hits every time. Anyway, let it keep going. Let me see if I got some captions to go with that.
Hey,
Sorry, people. Let me just play my settings. Why in the world is it so hard to read? Opacity 50. Bloody hell. Excuse me, people. Hold on. Font color white. What is going on? 100%. Why the blue blazes? Sorry, people. This is something I do not like to do during reactions, but window color. For Pete's sake. Alright, if this doesn't fix in the next 10 seconds, I'm just going to call it quits. Font opacity, maybe that's the problem. Good, give me 75. Alright, let's try it again. Excuse me, people. Alright, let's roll it back.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. You're a sexist or a racist, white supremacist or gay. They'll attack your reputation, claim that you're the one to blame, and try to make you hate yourself for ways that you behave. They're just names. Embrace them and they'll never cause you pain.
Embrace them and they'll never cause you pain. I think that's the main thing to realize. I just had a little sorry to interject something into this segment here, but just in case he says something that push out my head, I just want to say it. If any of you out there have had like an issue with, say you're a believer or an atheist, and this is the ultimate thing to get people divisive on, I'd say religion, but not even just religion, but beliefs and so on, because it's something that it's intangible. You cannot disprove it or prove it either to another person in the five senses level. But if you ever feel that you ought to have a go at somebody for not sharing your beliefs, take a step back from the whole, they're straw manning me, they're gaslighting me, they're misrepresenting me, and all that stuff, and just realize that division is the goal of the ego. It's the whole idea is that with these names, about you alienating somebody, making them feel like they're not like you, and I shouldn't have any sympathy or empathy or anything resembling care for them. Just take a step back and realize that doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. When you take a step back from the whole, I should be arguing with somebody narrative that people create with naming people into any kind of group, as Tom MacDonald pointed out with the song "The System," then you win. You don't win by making your side making your side feel like it's valid because you're both sides of the same coin and you'll never be separate from each other. Just forget the whole idea that you're opposed in the first place, and that's that. Anyway, let's let Tom MacDonald say it.
They're just words that another person thought up in their brain. They're just names. They do not define you, that's insane. And they'll just call you something different if you change. Call me racist, I don't make no BLM donations. I can stand with black folks without a branded corporation. All this systemic prejudice, if you live in this nation, you privileged, black or Caucasian. Call me transphobic, but I support you in your policies. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. All I see is men and women trying to live in harmony, not 100 genders that you wanna be. Call me snowflake, cause I'm offended, I ain't stone-faced. Social justice warriors destroying us with woke ways.
Sorry, I just had to jump in there. That the bringing of the cellos, woo, the song is sounding richer and richer. It's, ow, orchestral, man. He's not a lateral dude. I mean, he goes again. I use that word lateral in my last reaction, but he goes up and down. He is a marvel. I gotta tell you, in the movement of bringing common sense back. When this whole 2020, 2022, 2024 thing is finally over and people are seeing common sense come back to light, I hope we can reflect on this and see what we've learned. Trying to be tribal over names is silly, especially names we didn't give ourselves, that somebody else created, and which names which needn't be tools of divisiveness in the first place. They're just what people want to identify as or to explain their experience as, you know. So hopefully we restabilize this world, this society that we've started in the first place. Let me know what you think.
Mad because they voted for the POTUS with the most hate. Man, I miss the old days. Call me loser, call me bigot, call me stupid, call me bitter, call me ugly, call me cracker, call me doucher, call me triggered. You can call me what you want, cause at the end of the day, man, they're just names. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Amen. Untethered can't be tamed, ultra mega can't be shamed. That's a bar of mine, one of my songs. But I tell you, dog, what an appeal for sanity. But I think as people who follow the X-22 report, like me, of course, and Q posts and so on would know, is that they say it had to be this way. There's so much that can be learned from this experience. Hard times help us realize what we'd taken for granted. The First Amendment, Second Amendment, and so on. Even though I'm not American, I'm a patriot, you know. Nothing can topple this movement when it's based on truth. And all that you need is to be open to let people have whatever names or use whatever names they want to. Give people to define, to map out their own roadmap back to sanity. Sanity, it's fine. But, you know, as long as you keep yourself sane in the process. Anyway.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. Repeat it till you really start believing what they say. They gon' stamp it on your forehead and scream it till you break. They love to say they woke, they not awake. They're just names, afraid of anyone who ain't the same. So they classify your thoughts as controversial, not okay. Then they cancel you till everything you have all gets erased. They trying to tell the world you bad, they're just names.
I gotta tell you, we're in my house. We're looking into reading that book, 1984, George Orwell's dystopian, dystopian world that he painted, and yeah, it's very evident to people now that the whole thing, the world that he painted of history being erased, definitions in books being changed, pictures being changed, all of that is happening to a point where it's so obvious that I'm just thinking to myself, is this whole experience that we're going through on purpose to help society realize the value of what they have? People don't realize what they have till it's gone. So maybe this whole world strange movement, the theatrical number, if you will, is just here to teach people the value of what almost slipped away from us. and but maybe it's made all the more real by the fact that these things will actually be taken. Where should we not value them? And of course, rights can't be taken, but they can be forsaken, if you will. With all this revising of history and all that stuff that was possible when in the days when we didn't have phones and such technology like this, a lot of stuff could be washed away. But thankfully now, just like with the elections, we can keep our eyes on things and track things, and all of this stuff can be visible in ages to come. Even despite what people may try to hide through the AI systems. Anyway, let's keep it going. I just say that as long as we keep for future generations, keep our archives popping like Tom, we got it. Anyway, keep it going.
Call me conservative or liberal, Republican or Democrat. I'm somewhere in the middle, but y'all don't know what to do with that. The system got you so obsessed with classifying right or left. You never call a person human, call them names instead. Call me...
That's true. I mean, I started this whole video just saying he looks like people on the left, and so I slowly started to realize as I was speaking, that doesn't matter. Figure these labels. You have to just be you. Thanks, Tom.
Sexist. Men run the world because they're aggressive, but behind every man there's a woman just as successful. We will never be equal in every way, that ain't helpful. Our differences are why we're great together. Call me white devil. I know you think the system favors me. My privilege is residual benefits from the slavery. Subconscious prejudice embedded in the system made for me. Don't mean I never struggled to survive, I guess we ain't agree. Ignorant and jaded, call me dumb, uneducated. Call me idiot or redneck or delusional or crazy. Call me anything society has taught you to say. Cause at the end of the day, they're just names. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog.
What I love about this piece, so just interrupt that again, he's got a stringent and thorough attacking of the issue. What I love about it is that he's not so much like with songs like in Fate Woke and so on, and Snowflakes. He's not just drawing on all these different reference points as before. He's talking about a core topic. I'm sensing more of a central theme running through the piece a lot more, and yeah, it's easier to track. And the more simple we keep things, yeah, I guess lateral in that regard, the more regular people who don't ascribe to a certain tribe can vibe with can vibe. Anyway, enough of the rhymes.
Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored. Your sticks and your stones might break my bones, but your words don't hurt. So give me your worst. Stupid loser, ugly poser, moron, liar, crazy loner. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before.
I gotta say, it's a very comfortable looking crucifix he's on right there, but I guess it just emphasizes all the more how much words don't hurt because they don't need to. They're just identifiers and sounds, pretty much, or pictures, or hieroglyphs, whatever. In any case, you can mind your business.
Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Yeah, man. For the next generation to be inspired by or model after Tom. Yes, I gotta tell you, this is a great piece, a great archive he's built. That once we look back on this, after this is all over, it'd be very educative of what not to repeat. But this isn't just a case of a political movement or so on. This is human nature, or creatures, or psychology, if you will. So the nature of all living creatures that can reason and so on. Live and let live. Anyway, people, let me know what you think. Where we go on, we go. Peace.